found my dress. But there was like a little miscommunication throughout the process. People are ordering drinks. That is always an uncomfortable conversation to have. This is my version of a wedding dress. God, it looks... I have a lot on the calendar for this week. We are preparing myself for this vlog. I'm gonna be preparing for my friend's bachelorette weekend. So that's this weekend, Saturday through Sunday. We're going into the city. I just need to like get all the things together, package it all up. Right now we have the car in the shop, so it doesn't really make sense today to like go out and get the things I need to keep in the car, like the high noons and the cases of high noons and alcohol that I need to get, the granola bars and the snacks and all that stuff. But today I do have a packed schedule. Ari started working a part-time job, so I'm gonna go drop him off. Then I'm gonna go walk Charlotte for a little bit and come back here. I have interviews to prepare for. I have an interview tomorrow. I have an interview on Wednesday, so I'm just gonna do like a quick preparation. I have kombucha that needs to start its second fermentation, so I'm gonna get that done today. So you all know that like one of my February goals is to start writing on Substack. So I have a draft written. I just need to review it and hit send and then start a next draft. I also want to write my script for Wednesday's video today. I kind of have an idea of what I want to say. I just kind of need to write it down so that I have a clear-cut plan and storyline for how I want to make that video. And then I have to, or not I have to, I want to list a bunch of items on Facebook Marketplace. So that is priority for today. Interviews, Facebook Marketplace, Substack. Also, and I have a lot, I mean, to this week's to-do list, or this day's to-do list is pretty long, but Ari and I received our wedding video over the weekend, and I just have a few like notes and feedback to give our videographer. So I'll probably also do that today. And then at some point, maybe pick up the car from the shop. I completely forgot I had to certify my unemployment benefits. I have a reminder on my calendar, Google Calendar, which is what reminds me if I forget. So I'm glad I saw it, and I am now going through the application or the certification process. Anyway, so I want to take you through kind of what questions they asked me. So they already asked me kind of like what my, if I wanted to change my email or anything, right? So basically every week I have to go through these questions like, are you able and willing to work? Yes. Seeking work? Yes. Did you refuse any work? No, I did not. Am I attending school or job training? I am not. Did you receive vacation pay? No, I did not. And did I receive any pension or retirement pay from my employers? Nope, I did not. Did you work between February 18th and the 24th? Nope, I did not. And the most important piece here is you have to certify that what you're saying is correct, because obviously if you lie in any of these above, no bueno, right? So do you certify that your answers are correct and that you're aware that there are penalties? Yes, I am aware. I'm gonna do a little try it on with me. I ordered a dress for my best friend's wedding from Saks because I have the Amex card where I get $50 credit, and it was on sale. So I was like, perfect place to buy a dress. Already on sale. I think it was 80 bucks with the $50 credit. I'm gonna receive 50 bucks for a new dress. Honestly, first impressions, I don't know if the pattern is exactly what I wanted. It is final sale. I'm gonna go try it on and I'll be right back. What do we think? It is pretty loose. So I feel like we could make it tighter here. I feel like long hair goes best with this dress. I was debating whether I should cut my hair before or after Japan, and the wedding is right before Japan. I'm like, I think with this dress, you kind of need the long hair. I am so glad I found my dress and that I found it on sale. We just need to tailor a few things so that it fits perfectly. But I want to list a few items on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm going to take photos and I'm going to go upstairs, take my phone, list them, and probably get started on kombucha after that. But I'm thinking about selling my reading chair that I have in this corner, the purple one. I just don't sit in it. I don't find it comfortable. And people have expressed interest in the clear chairs in the back as two separate items, the table and the chair. So I might just like list them separately. So I'll take photos of that. I'm watching Love is Blind while you can't even see it. While I prepare next round of kombucha. We have a lot to prep, and we'll prepare this for next time. We're not doing the second batch of kombucha today. We have more bachelorette packages. Okay, so this is backup. Backup decorations. We are staying at a hotel and I've paid an extra $100 for them to decorate the room, but there was like a little miscommunication throughout the process. So I decided, let me just buy some bride balloons in case it's not decorated when we get there, and we can just do that ourselves. So that's not gonna open this until, and if we use it, so that I can return if needed. I got markers to decorate the vehicle that's gonna be transporting the bride, AKA my car. We're going to like do some writing and then film. I feel like we always need film, so I got some for it. This vlog is going to be all over the place because I honestly just have been so bad with vlogging this week. So it's all right, it's Thursday, and somehow missed the last 2 days to record what I was doing. We're gonna forgive that, and we're just gonna go from Monday to Thursday in this vlog. I'm going to today like try to get all of the packing done for the bachelorette. I have one interview. So I had an interview yesterday, which I kind of half recorded, and on the phone, the person I was interviewing with, he was like, let's schedule a call for tomorrow. Let's dive into this a little more. So I guess that's a good sign, but also like never had that happen on the phone before, but it is a smaller type startup. So I met with the founder. So of course, like I'm sure he wants to move quick with this hire. I finished reading book club, book number 2, The Fury by Alex Michaelis, Michael Litz. It was so good. So good. I borrowed this one from my friend, and so I'm going to give this back to her, but I had borrowed it from her because I requested it from the library, and it was taking weeks and weeks and weeks, and finally they're like, oh, it's ready for pickup. So I'm like, I'm done reading this book. Let me go pick it up and let my sister read it because I think it's so good. Somebody else needs to read this. But I'm going to return this back to my friend because I think I think her partner wants to read it. So really good book. First read of February. I also am now trying to finish Never Enough. Also a library book. I have less than 100 pages, but it's just such a heavy read. So it's not going to happen before February. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on here. Today I just have one interview. I'm working on just a few more applications today. I will probably do my nails. We're going to a spa for the bachelorette, so I want to have my toes looking good, so I'll probably do that tonight. And then just bachelorette stuff and get ready for the weekend. Pack. That's the most important thing. I need to pack so that it doesn't all feel like I'm rushing to do it Friday night, and Ari and I can just like have our own like movie night on Friday. So I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna try to organize a bit of things, keep all my receipts from the bachelorette so that we can return things as needed. Let's talk about the logistics of planning the bachelorette while I'm eating. So for starters, local bachelorette was something the bride had decided on. Just it was easier, also more affordable, so people don't have to buy flights and stuff. So our bride was like, let's just do something local one night. So in terms of the planning and how I just like manage giving expectations to people, understanding like what to expect and what it might cost, is before we started actually planning like where we were going to stay and like where we were going to eat, I made a spreadsheet that included kind of estimated costs and shared it out with everybody, so everybody's kind of like in the know of what they could expect to pay. And something that our bride was very clear about was not everybody needs to attend every activity, because we are going to a spa in the morning, and the spa is, you know, over $100. So if that's not in your budget, like it's totally fine. Just like be very clear about it and say, you know, you'll meet us later. So she was very vocal about letting everybody know that it is okay if you can't attend all the activities, no hard feelings. So before we even went into the planning and stuff, I sent out a survey just to see like who would be willing to attend what and what their budget was, and just get an understanding of where everybody was in terms of like what they wanted to do and where their spending mindset was. Then we went into like planning the details and breaking down estimated costs for each thing. I think something that we're doing differently and something that I think is important to talk about too as a group is drinking versus non-drinking. So there are a couple of us on the group that don't drink alcohol. I'm doing a year of default no drinking. Like I'm not saying I'm removing it completely, but like my default is not drinking alcohol. So what happens when you all go out to dinner or brunch and people are ordering drinks? That is always an uncomfortable conversation to have. And why wait until you're out to dinner to have that conversation? Let's bring it to the forefront. So in the planning, I was very clear, and I heard from a few others, like, I don't really want to be spending money on alcohol that I didn't consume. And I'm like, totally understand that. I feel the same way. And so we made it clear that we are going to split the checks just for food, and that is a cost that we're splitting evenly. And then drinks for everybody who consumed drinks, that's going to be a separate check. I reached out to the restaurant just to make sure that this is something that they can do. They're like, yeah, just remind the server when you get there, so that people don't feel like they're contributing more, or that they, I don't know, get resentful because they have been paying for alcohol they didn't drink. So that was a big thing for splitting bills. In terms of like how we're paying for these things, and what worked well in the past for another bachelorette that I was at was putting it all on one card. And that way we're not thinking about this person paid for the Uber, this person paid for this restaurant out, this person paid for this dinner, you know, like there's none of that because we put everything on one person's card. And then at the end of the trip, it gets divided. Now, this is where it might differ depending on who is planning the bachelorette, what you guys decide, but I thought it was best to just split everything evenly at dinner because we're all like family style, sharing dishes, like trying everybody's food. It's not about like categorizing each meal at the restaurant because we've already taken care of that with the biggest portion of it being like the alcohol question. So that's something that we're doing, and we're putting it all on my card, and then at the end of the weekend splitting it up just based on who was at the dinner and what the cost of dinner was, all of that, decorations, everything that has been purchased up until the bachelorette. So that has worked well in the past with me. I'm curious like what other people have done. I know people have used this app, which I used too when I went on vacation with my friends. I think I deleted it because they were charging me, but it helped Splitwise. I think it might have been Splitwise. It helps you split each receipt. And yes, I think that's great and fine. I personally prefer to just like throw everything on one person's card, but that works well when it's like a bachelorette. If it's just a trip with 3 people, then fine. Like we can all use Splitwise or split it however it was. But if it's a planned event, a bachelorette, a big group of people going somewhere, it's just best to have one person manage it. So that's what I feel like has worked well for this bachelorette planning process. Bro, I'm so excited. I think as somebody who's organizing the bachelorette, giving updates to the group as soon as you get them is really important. Being super clear about cost. I'll share like an image of what my spreadsheet looks like just so you can get an idea of like how I have sent out these messages. But I think the worst thing that could happen is you go into a bachelor weekend and you just have no idea what it's gonna cost at the end of the weekend. You're just like, oh, I don't want to see. But if you have an estimate of what can be expected, I think that helps people plan better. Ari just went to a bachelor party and he had no idea like, you know, how much the Venmos were going to be after the event because there was no like, okay, this is what is left to pay. Like he knew in his head, like obviously we're going to be all splitting the cost of food, all splitting the cost of, you know, when we go out to eat, to the drinks that are purchased, but there was no like, here's an estimate. And sometimes you don't need that, but I think just the planner that I am and the person who thinks about personal finance this much, I'm like, I like to know and at least expect what I might be spending. Anyway, that is it for our chat. I'm going to continue my lunch with some friends.
What's the angle? I'm not playing that game. It's the same thing.
So outfits for this weekend. On Saturday, we are wearing like gem colors and just going with the all colorful outfit. And then on Sunday, we are doing all black outfits with our wigs. So they both have like little feathers. I am loving this aesthetic. I wore this for my rehearsal dinner. And oh, I just don't want to wrinkle it. It probably will get wrinkled. Ugh, just thought of that now. Maybe I can hang it up. No, I don't want to hang it up. Okay, let's see. We have to organize this in a way that I don't wrinkle. This one I don't care so much about. Both, I I don't even know what these are called, like shirts. Both of these were purchased secondhand. I thrifted the black one. I bought this one on Poshmark because I had been eyeing these for such a long time. And when I saw it in my favorite color, I said, this is my version of a wedding dress. Like, I got more excited purchasing this than I got about purchasing my wedding dress. And not because like I didn't like my wedding dress, just because I don't care about something I'm only gonna wear once. I don't know, that's how I felt. By the way, you probably, I don't know if you know this yet. I didn't record it, but I sold my wedding dress. Anyway, you'll probably, you can hear about that in my February money video. We are done with our run for the day. No running tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be my rest day because we'll be at the bachelorette. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have 8 girls loaded in this car. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's gonna be like 6 of us. We're splitting up people between 2 cars, but I am so ready. I'm so ready. I am excited. I am just like ready to wear my outfit, but also ready to eat good food, have karaoke, and just celebrate my girl. It's gonna be a fun night. I have a few things to do before tomorrow, but at least it'll be. I'm just, I don't know. I feel like really excited. It's been a long 6.5 months since the last bachelorette, my own. And I love these things. I love groups of girls and parties and planning things like that. So I've had a blast planning this. Okay. In the midst of applying to jobs, it has been nice to have a little break of just like, okay, you know what? There's life to live. But I'm gonna go inside. I am going to change, and I'm just gonna say hi to my grandma, stop by, see what she's up to, and say hello, goodbye, nice trip, because she's out tomorrow, but I won't be here tomorrow, so I can't see her before she leaves, so I'll probably just see her today. Wish her a safe flight. I am having lunch before I prep the hash brown casseroles that I'm making for the bachelorette tomorrow. We're also not gonna have bagels, but I thought it'd be nice to have an egg hash brown casserole because I'm craving it. So I'm gonna make that after I eat. So, final product. Little jewels. I have some goodies here, some vitamin C, Tylenol, Advil. What is this? Dental floss. Some eye masks for tomorrow or for Sunday. Toothbrush in case someone forgets. Gum, necessary. Hair ties. And more floss. I don't know, am I missing something? Oh my God. It looks precious. I'm so hungry. Oh, wow. But yeah, I am gonna close off this week's vlog. Ari is coming home soon from his part-time job and we're gonna have takeout, watch a movie, hang out because I won't be here tomorrow night, so it's our little date night. But yeah, I hope this vlog was fun. I know I didn't share much about my job search and there were interviews. So I had a ton of interviews, a lot of good conversations this week, and I'm moving forward with all 3 companies. But I also just felt like, you know, I do apply to a lot of jobs every week, but that's not all I'm doing. I'm also living, I'm also cooking, planning a bachelorette, having fun with my friends, and it's a reminder that there is a life outside of just this, like, I need to get a job, I need to get a job. And I think you kind of have to live your life too. And that's partly why I feel like I did so well in these interviews that I had this week, because I prepared for them, sure, not in the way that I have prepared in the past. I went into these interviews thinking, you know, it's a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Let me ask you questions. Let's make this like a 2-way conversation. And I think they all were that. I don't feel like I had interviews like the 3 interviews I had this week where we're getting to know each other and the role. So I think that might be my husband. But yeah, so I feel like when you are living your life outside of the interviews and outside of the prep, it shows. It doesn't feel like you're so nervous, or you don't go in there like stressing out, like, how am I gonna make myself look attractive to this hiring manager? You go in there saying, like, I am a good candidate and they should see that because X, Y, and Z. So we're gonna end this vlog here and I'll see you all later. Bye. I'll probably put in a little highlight reel of the event. So thank you for watching. Bye. And subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe if you want to watch more videos of a first gen just trying to get her next tech job. See you later.